In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Strongsville. Hi, I'm Renee Velasquez, and if this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn about everything there is to know about living in Cleveland, Ohio, be sure to tap that like button, hit the subscribe, and click that little bell so that you're notified every time we release a new video. Number one pro for living in Strongsville is the cost of living. Cost of living on average is about 3% lower than the national average. Now conversely, it is about 14% higher in the state average. So homeowners are going to be more likely to pay a little bit less for utilities, a little bit less for healthcare. However, they will pay a little bit more for food, and they're going to pay a little bit more for the actual real estate in Strongsville. Now, about 81.4% of the individuals that reside in Strongsville are homeowners. So it's going to be more common for the people to be living in Strongsville to own their residences in Strongsville. Number two pro of living in Strongsville are there's so many things to do outside. So we have a ton of outdoor activities you can do in Strongsville. So one of those things is the Millstream Run reservation. People can hike, you can get a kayak and float on the water, you can ride your bikes. There's tons of park systems in and throughout Strongsville, and Millstream Run is one of the fantastic options. Take the kids, go for a bike ride, you can even take your horses there. So tons of things to do at Millstream Reservation. Another fantastic place to visit is the Go Ape Zipline Adventure Park. Yes, we have a zipline park in Strongsville. So you're gonna have all the treetops and these platforms and these canopies, and you're gonna zip through the metro parks. It's a fantastic view, super fun for the family, kind of a cool date to go on. Just take you and your significant other and go ziplining through the parks in Strongsville. In the wintertime, you could take advantage of the toboggan chutes. So yes, we have 700 feet of toboggan chutes. So in the winter weather, there's also great opportunities to do some outdoorsy things. And Strongsville is surrounded by a ton of golf courses. We have Pine Hills, Valier, Ironwood, Hickory Nut, Mallard Creek, just to name a few. Yes, just a few. There are tons of golf courses around Strongsville, so you're never without golfing opportunities in Strongsville. Number three pro to living in Strongsville are your dining options. Now, if you want to get groceries and make a nice dinner at home, you have tons of options. You have the Giant Eagle Market District, you have Mark's, Heinen's, Aldi, Sultan Foods and Deli, tons of places to get your groceries and make a nice home-cooked meal. Now, if home cooking is not your jam and you just want to go out for a bite or order in, we have a ton of options in Strongsville. There's Shinto Japanese Steakhouse. We have Italian Village, if Italian's your thing. We have Fusion Mediterranean Grill, La Crepe Bakery and Cafe, and Wine Down and Sweets Cafe. Tons of options, and that's just to name a few. You've got chain restaurants, mom and pop shops. You are not without your options for dining, so your foodies are going to love Strongsville. Number four pro to living in Strongsville is if you're traveling. If you travel for work, you're in a great spot in Strongsville. You're just a short distance to the airport if you're traveling by plane. And if you're traveling by car, you can jump right on I-71, which is going to take you north and south, or you can jump on I-80, the turnpike, that's going to take you east and west. So great options to travel. Those are basically the main arteries to get in and out of Strongsville. So very easy for transportation. Now let's talk about those cons for living in Strongsville. One of the major cons is the commercial zones. So the two main arteries in Strongsville are 82, which runs down the center, and Pearl Road. Both of these options are loaded with commercial businesses. You have grocery stores, restaurants, shopping, and local business. So it's very, very congested. In fact, it's driveway after driveway after driveway of businesses. So it kind of gets a little congested for travel, and it might slow your commute down just a little bit if you're not timing it just right. So you need to be very highly aware of all of the cars traveling beside you and around you, because they often will be turning into all those commercial businesses to get what they need. So the commercial zones, not so fun in Strongsville. Number 2 con for living in Strongsville is snow. Yes, it's inherent in Cleveland, Ohio, but in Strongsville, on average, you're gonna see about 53 inches of snow for the season. That's a lot of snow. Not quite as much as you'd see closer to the lake. We do get some lake effect snow that actually makes it into Strongsville, but not nearly as much as some of those other surrounding communities. But snow is definitely prevalent in Strongsville. In fact, you can see snow as early as October, and it can snow all the way through April, which kind of makes the season really, really long, kind of gray and dismal. I will say our springs and our summers and our falls are fantastic, but that snow can get really, really long. And boy, when it's done, you are so ready for the weather to break. Our number 3 con for living in Strongsville is road construction. It seems to be all the time. Orange barrels, construction signs, detour signs. It's always some type of road construction that's going on in Strongsville, which can also affect your commute. In addition to the road construction, you have business construction. There's buildings that are being rebuilt, new buildings being built. There always seems to be construction going on. So you're constantly gonna have road trucks and big machinery, big equipment. Again, having to pay real close attention to your travel and your commute, because there could be delays, and there's big trucks stopping and starting, moving in and out of those barrels, and watching the road close signs. So really, really kind of tough for the commute, because there's always road construction going on. Number 4 con for living in Strongsville is limited acreage options. If you're gonna move to Strongsville, you need to get really used to having some close neighbors. Strongsville is loaded with subdivision communities. In fact, the median size of a lot is about 0.3 acres. 0.3 acres, that's it. That's the median size of the lot. In fact, the median size of the homes are just under about 2,100 square feet. Now, that's not to say that we don't have large 4,600, 5,000, even 6,000 square foot homes in Strongsville, but we also have some very tiny, modest homes in Strongsville. So the average is just under 2,100 square feet, but those lot sizes are really rather small. So you're not gonna move to Strongsville and find a 2-acre parcel readily available. There are some spattered throughout. However, for the most part, you're gonna get those subdivision feels. So you're gonna have neighbors to the left, neighbors to the right, in front of you, and a lot of times behind you. So those of you looking for those lots with that great wooded backyard so you don't have a neighbor behind you, a little bit more elusive in Strongsville. So you're not gonna find great big acreage. If you want acreage, you're gonna have to go outside of Strongsville to find it. I hope this information was helpful. If there's something else you needed to know about Strongsville that we haven't addressed, please put a question down in the comments. And remember, we're inviting you to a moving experience. We receive several calls a day from people just like you moving to the Cleveland area that want to work with our team. If this is you, we'd love to be the real estate team you choose. Our contact information is in the description down below.